It's a great afternoon to begin saying some things that are happening around us, around Nigeria, and of course outside of Nigeria. A beautiful afternoon, a beautiful new week, and of course a money making Monday. Good afternoon and welcome to the Money Making Monday edition of Hashtag Trending right here on Spectrum Television. How has your Monday been going right from the first hour that broke into the dawn of today being Monday up until now? Well, I am here to even make your Monday better and also to add a better meaning to your Monday and to also inspire you to make money, because you know what it is: money making Monday. My name is Alfonso Joseph, and as you know too well, what we do right here on Hashtag, everything that's happening as it concerns trends, which cuts across all sector, all sphere, everywhere we go in, we dive in there and we come out, we place it on the table, we talk about it, and we extract the good things to ourselves, and anything that's bad in the trend, we do away with it. The one that's good, we actually do better than that. So this is me telling you, you are highly welcome. Sit back, relax, and let's know what is trending this particular week. Let us start from a female pastor called Pastor Bisola Badejo, the pastor in Celebration Church International, Ikorodu, Lagos State. The branch she is pastoring is in Ikorodu. She has said something that has really made people to wonder if this thing she's talking about is really considered, especially by the female gender. Just maybe to a higher extent, there will be no high rate of divorce, number one, and men and women will see people to marry, will see people to be compatible, and life doesn't have to be about competition. As she was preaching on the topic, how to prepare for marriage, she actually nailed it concerning women, that they should live a life, an accountable life, and not live above their budgets, not live above their means, because there's definitely going to be that question of how are you making this money? How are you making this money? You're living here, look at the car you're driving, but this is what you do for a living. So whatever it is that you're doing is speaking higher volume than what you're earning at the end of the month or at the end of the week. How to Prepare for Marriage by Pastor Bisola Badejo. Let us see the video.
Meet a young lady, lives in a very expensive apartment. The guy meets and says, what do you do? And 6 months, the guy calculates your house, calculates the car. Everything is worth 100 million. And then he calculates your bag, your shoes, your hair, your wristwatch, his Rolex. What did you say you're doing again? Is it that you get jobs every day? Because some of you don't understand that's why you're still single. Men, they have sense. Do you think you can bamboozle any guy? I'm an independent woman. The guy will take his time to study your lifestyle. And if it is not adding up, it's not adding up. 6 months. You have not furnished one palace. It's your friend's house you are still designing for free. Tell me, how were you able to throw yourself a party in Barbados? You flew all your friends there. How were you able to buy that Hermes bag? And you are in church praying and fasting, and your daddy is not Dangote. Your mommy is not Alakija. So the guy is here trying to put 2 plus 2 together, and he's confused. There's one chairman somewhere that is supplying all our needs according to his riches. This is not Philippians 4:19. These are the things guys tell me, that there's a babe I so fine, but her lifestyle does not match her income, and I can't marry her. Somebody else can keep up with it, but I can't keep up with it.
What do you think of this particular video? Well, this is not outside of what we do. We see these things a lot. It is happening in our neighborhood, it's happening where we work, it's happening where we go to, okay? Some people living, splashing expensive and elaborate life. When you go in depth, you realize that what they earn at the end of the month, or what they earn at the end of the week, is not commiserate with the money that they spend. So especially the female folks, some female folk now, and you ask the question, what do you do for a living? And they tell you, and you're trying to add it up, as a man that's going to approach this lady for marriage, you're trying to add it up, but it doesn't match. It doesn't matter. Such expensive lifestyle, traveling around the world, but you're saying this is what you're doing. You're selling what? Bedspread. You're selling underwears and you're traveling around the world. Who is sponsoring your lifestyle? Yes. So if you are living a life that's got a question mark on it, you have to look at yourself again, give yourself a second thought that if there is a man, if I'm ready to settle down and a man asks me, what do I do for a living? What will I say? What do I have to show that will be commiserate with this kind of, lifestyle, extravagant lifestyle that I am living? So I am putting it to you out there. Do you see things like this in your neighborhood? Do you see things like this happen, especially, females living a very extravagant and expensive lifestyles, but they do not have nothing to show for it? What is your thought? Do you think that when men approach them, they will feel insecure because of, that expensive lifestyle? Or should a man still go ahead to marry them even when they know that what they earn at the end of the month or whatever it is that they're doing, their job cannot foot their bills? Should they still go ahead to be legally joined with women like this? What is your thought as we take some comments on social media? X Bite Me says, this is the kind of woman young ladies should be listening to. She says it as it is. There's a girl I really liked, but all her pictures and statuses were filled with expensive trips. So I lost interest in her. I kept asking myself where she got all the money from for the trips. Okay, she is in her 30s now. Okay, and still single, according to X Bite Me. No Love says, once someone gets used to a certain lifestyle, values start competing with comfort. That's where the real conflict begins. Nevertheless, men always know what they want. A true one right there. Men always know what they want and they go for it. Might delete later. What a name. If her salary no match the house, phones, and the things they use, that means someone else is funding the lifestyle. That means someone else is funding the lifestyle. It will be who actually is funding that lady's lifestyle. Okay, like I said earlier, what do you really think of this? Would you say that Pastor Bisola is a pick-me, like some person would think? Would you think she's a pick-me? Oh, this woman, why is she saying this? She's not saying you should live like a pauper. Be able to afford whatever it is that you have. Can you afford the house you're living in? Can you afford the expenses, the trips, the bags, your accessories? Can you afford it? That is all that she's saying. Do not splash it all over. And at the end of the day, what you do cannot even buy you a house. Okay, that is just what she's, pointing to. Well, like I said, what do you think of this particular trend as we further head to something else that is trending in Nigeria? A Nigerian mother has expressed her displeasure over iPhone saga with her son and a car driver. According to her, she took her son to the car park, to a station for the son to sit comfortably in the front seat. Then when she left, she realized that she left to get something, and when she returned, she realized that the driver had asked her son to leave the front seat in a Sienna to the back seat. Okay, not even the one that's close to the driver's seat. And when she asked the driver why, the driver said because her son is using an iPhone. Therefore, when on the road and the police are about to do their normal routine checkups at the stop and checkpoints, when they realize he's handling an iPhone, it might be problematic and he'll have to explain, and they'll think that, he's into internet fraudster. Or that, he's into internet fraud. and he is a fraudster. So this mother is saying that she is bleeding. Has it gotten to the point that your appearance, the kind of car you drive, your accessories, your outfit now points to the fact that you are getting money illegally? You will now be harassed and extorted because you have an iPhone, because that's how your hairstyle is if you're a man, and you'll be asked some certain questions and your rights will be taken away from you just because you're a Nigerian. You have to explain and explain how you got an iPhone, why your hair is like this, why you're looking so expensive, why you're driving this kind of car. And the question is, how did we get here? And how will we get out of where we are? Let us see the video.
So I'm just coming from the park now. I've not even entered because I'm so tired and I feel so sad. So I took my son to the park this morning. He's going to Ijebu. Before we left home, I was already praying and hoping the front seat will be vacant. I mean the seat beside the driver, because he just came back from hostel last night, and even because the journey was compulsory, I wouldn't even allow him to step out because we all know the hostel stress. So I wanted a place to sit inside the car that makes him feel very, very comfortable. So on getting to the park, I was so lucky the front seat was vacant. In fact, it was the first passenger. Then he was allowed to sit in front if he was feeling comfortable, he felt comfortable. So I now excused myself to go and get him something. On coming back, they've already transferred him to the back seat, not even the seat behind the car driver. The last seat, I'm talking about Sienna. We all know how the last seat of Sienna used to be. So when I got back, I was like, ẹjọ́ kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ bíbá iwájú bíbá ẹ̀rọ ọmọ mi jókòó sí náà kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? The driver now said, mi ò mọ̀ pé fóònù iPhone lọmọ yín lò, like I don't know your son is using iPhone. Àtàbà gbé sí ibi tá a gbé sí yẹn, driver àwọn ọlọ́pàá máa disturb wa lọ́nà. I was like, what do you mean? He said that policemen will be disturbing them, will be forcing them to stop once they see a guy in front now holding iPhone for that matter. I was like, so because of this, they had to squeeze my son to the back. Is this how we are going to continue in this country? Because as a mother, I was praying and hoping my son should sit where he feels very, very much comfortable. And luckily for me, he got the space only for them to tell me, policemen. The driver even said, máa tó stage gan pé a máa pè yín gan lọ, a máa pè yín bọ̀ ni. Has it gotten to this stage? Ọkùnrin, so ní Nigeria yìí kò sí ọkùnrin tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ legitimately mọ̀ tó lè end good life fúnra rẹ̀. Police will start harassing them.
Has it gotten to this point where a certain hairstyle will automatically mean that you are into something illegal, where if you are very wealthy and you come out appearing wealthy and all over, just your appearance speaks high volume of you. And as a young person in Nigeria, if you are at a stop and search point, the kind of car you're driving, the kind of phone you're using, then it will tell on the police that maybe this lady, maybe this man is into internet fraud. The word in quote, Yahoo. All right. Is this where we are in Nigeria? Is this what it now means for us in Nigeria? Are we supposed to be afraid of forces in Nigeria, or we should respect forces in Nigeria? Where do we go from here? A lot of persons have stories of how they've been harassed, how they've been, extorted, how they have to explain and explain and explain that they're not bad persons just because they appear wealthy, just because they have, some very high advanced technologies or phones that they use, just because they're driving a very expensive vehicle. You will have to explain and explain. You know what they say? You go explain tire. What should we do in cases like this so that we can move forward? In Nigeria, it doesn't mean anyone with an iPhone is an internet fraudster. Is that what it means? Let us take comments on social media. Oluwaseyi Key says, that's the country where we are living every young guy with an iPhone is suspected to be a Yahoo boy, especially on the road. That's what police officers tagged them. In fact, they form a case out of it. Very sad. AB says glad she is speaking out because it has reached her house. When the youths were crying and shouting, people thought they were only overreacting. Still a sad one right there. Block Hire says the economy is hard. No work and no money is breaking our spirit. We need opportunities, not pity. In Nigeria and not pity, according to that young man that has just commented. Which way, Nigeria? Like I always say, we expect more from our forces in Nigeria. We are supposed to respect them and not to be afraid of them. We're supposed to go closer to them when we experience any form of challenges, relying on them, believing in them, know that they will answer us when we ask questions, knowing that they will prefer solutions to our problems and not for us to think that they are our problems and running away from them. We expect better from the forces. We know that they can do better. Another trending story on the internet. This one is, I think we've had a lot of stories that has to do with marriage, relationship, and family. So this still points to, is related to family, relationship, and marriage. A lady has made a video saying that a prenuptial agreement is ridiculous. A prenuptial agreement is ridiculous. She's saying that no man should do that because she is saying that every well-to-do man, like wealthy, rich, I could use the word stinking rich men, are now forcing their female partners, forcing their wives or asking their wives to sign a prenuptial agreement. Prenups. Why? Because at any point, if they separate, the wife doesn't have to take the 50-50, like 50 of his property, but she should just go like her way. And the lady is saying, this is not how it's supposed to be. All what a man works for is for his wife and for his children. Do you believe that? Actually, what is a prenuptial agreement? A prenuptial agreement, popularly called prenup, is a legally binding written contract created by two people before marriage that defines how assets, debts, and spousal support will be managed during the marriage and divided in the event of divorce or death. So this is what this lady is saying. It doesn't have to happen. There should be no signing of prenups in a marriage, because if the man truly loves the wives, he should not bring up anything like that. And they should not be afraid of divorce. But this is not sitting well with a lot of men, because they're saying, are you going to get married to the man because of his money? Else, prenuptial agreement should not be a problem to you. And I pose it to you. What do you think of prenuptial agreement before marriage? Let's see the video that I'm actually talking about.
So I recently found out that rich and wealthy Nigerian men do prenuptial agreement. And it has made me, think of how ridiculous the idea of a prenup is. Because tell me why you are trying to protect all of your properties and your money from your wife. That is your wife. That is a girl you saw, you fell in love with, you dated to the extent where you felt like this girl can be my wife, she can be the mother of my kids. But then you are giving her a prenup to sign, forcing her to sign that she will not have access to your money and your properties if she decides, or if you decide that the marriage should end. That is such a ridiculous thing, because all of the things that you are working for in this life as a man belongs to your wife and your kids. It is for them. The money, the cars, the houses, land, businesses, it is all for your wife and kids. So why are you trying to make her sign a document that says that she will not have access to any of those things? Is it a business? Don't you love her?
All that you're working for as a man, it is for you. Okay, she didn't say it's for you. I wanted to say it's for you and your family. According to that young lady, all you work for as a man in your entirety, it is for your wife and your children. So how about those men that do not want to have a family of their own? It is for themselves and for their family, like their siblings and parents. Okay, how about the ladies? Yeah, what women work for all their lives. Who do they work for? They work for their husbands and their children. All right, you better answer that question. Who do women work for? Yes, all women nowadays, we have very high profiled women. Women in business, women in politics, women that are doing so well for themselves. Who are they working for? If men are working for their wives and families, who are the women working for? And do you support what this lady is saying? Should prenups exist or not? What is your stance? What is your take? Should it be totally abolished, cancelled? It is just like an insurance. Should it be cancelled or should it exist? What is your take? Let's take a few comments on social media about this particular video. All right, OGB says everything a man works for belongs to his wife and kids only while the marriage lasts. Prenup is there to protect the man's assets should the woman decide to end the marriage. So, if you want everything the man owns to be yours, you must do everything possible to make the marriage work. You must do everything possible to make the marriage work. But if your aim is to go into marriage and acquire what you did not work for, you might as well have a second thought of not getting married at all, because I don't think that responsible people should get married with the aim of divorcing after a few years. That's too selfish for anyone that would think that. So it's better you do not play with somebody's emotion. Don't toy with someone's emotion and hard-earned money. Do not even get married if your aim is to go there and steal, okay, and divorce. Please don't. Just stay single. Be a spinster or a bachelor for the rest of your life. Let's forge ahead to this trend that a lady in Nigeria here says that it is better for her to sell her vote because they might the selling of her vote will make her to at least get that money to buy a chill drink for herself than for her to rely on people that just say things and they do not do it, than for her to stand under the sun, queue up, vote, then her vote doesn't count. And, you know, things keep on repeating. The cycle of bad things keep repeating in Nigeria. She rather sells her vote to get the money to buy a chill drink for herself than to stand under the sun to vote. And this happened during Saturday's FCT area council elections, knowing too well that APC won 5 of 6 chairmanship seats, including a strong re-election in Amak with just under 8% turnout from registered voters. Let's hear how the lady put it.
Because I'm not seeing any improvement.
What kind of improvement?
Like they are not sharing anything, and I'm fasting. So I will not just come under the sun and stand, and then they are inside AC. And I'll come and vote just like that and go, and they will say they will do work. Which work are they doing?
So you rather sell your conscience than to vote?
It's better. That one I know myself. I can drink maybe Coke, Montina in the evening when I break my fasting instead of the one that will come and stand in the sun. They will not give me anything and I will still go back, nothing. And even if they win, do they know me? They don't know me. So
she asked a very important question. After voting and they emerged the winner, you know, wherever, whatever position they vied for, do they know me? Do you think that this is about hunger? Do you think that this is about greed? Or it's about a corrupt system? She's feeling that, okay, let me just get the share of the national cake now that I can have a hands on it. And not for me to hope and not for me to believe in somebody that after I vote for this person and this person emerges winner in whatever position he or she vies for, I am totally forgotten for years and the cycle continues. So if I see how to sell my vote and get the money instantly, in as much as I know that I might suffer later, but let me get the money now in the interim. I don't want to bother about later. I want it now. What comes into your mind having to see and listen to an adult spew this from her mouth? Is it about the hunger? Is it about what politicians are able to offer her at the moment in the interim? Or it is about an already corrupt system, political system, because she has voted and voted and her vote hasn't counted. And in the years, she has not seen any positive improvement. So this time she's saying, it's better I do not repeat what I used to do. How about I get the money they're giving me right now and do whatever and do not care? What do you think about this particular video? Because I know that so many Nigerians have the same mindset. Is it about political education? Is it about illiteracy? Is it about hunger? Or it is about corrupt political system in Nigeria? And I pose the question, what is the way forward if we have 90% of Nigerians having this kind of mindset that the lady has? What is the way forward? Let's take one comment on social media. Slim says, this is the state of the country. The leaders weaponize hunger at the slightest opportunity, and an average Nigerian picks food over the right things. Imagine millions of Nigerians having this mindset. That is coming from Slim. Okay, like I said earlier, what is your thought on this particular video? Bearing in mind that 2027 general elections is just at the corner. Let us take the word that we have for today. Money Making Monday. The word of the day is culminate. Culminate. What does culminate means? To culminate is to reach the end or the final result of something. Culminate is usually used with in or with. An example of culminate in a sentence is, their efforts have culminated in the discovery of a new treatment. Their efforts have culminated in the discovery of a new treatment. That is the word that we have for today. Culminate. And now, being that today is Money Making Monday, let us take the Money Making Monday motivation for today. Our Money Making Monday motivation is, money grows on the tree of persistence. Money grows on the tree of persistence. I love it. I love it. So whatever it is that your hands findeth to do, that legal thing that you're doing, persist. Continue to do it. And that is where money will grow from. Persistence is the key to making your money grow. Thank you so much for doing #trending with me today, Money Making Monday. All right, my name is Ofodona Joseph. I will see you tomorrow. Take good care of yourself. It's a wrap.